Roll damage for that one. Okay. So the first arrow hits him, and he lets out a the start of a scream, and then another arrow hits him in the throat, and he collapses to the ground. Yeah. And the other guard pulls out his sword at this point, and he's going to rush at you. So he's going to come up to you, and he's going to attack you. I want everybody to see, though, I brought my first dice. This is my first D20 ever.
Ooh, nice.
So
fancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Let's see if it kills somebody. There's a reason why I don't use this dice anymore. So he comes down with his scimitar, and he only gets a 6 to try and hit you, which I don't believe hits your armor class.
I'm a 15.
Yeah. So he goes to hit you, and you do that cool archer kind of twirl on your knees out of the way, and it just slams into the ground, and then it's your turn again. So you are right next to him now.
I pick up. Can I dual wield?
Yeah.
Pick up my short swords, one in each hand.
Okay, so you're going to get a total of 3 attacks with this. So let's go ahead and do your main hand first. So go ahead and roll, and then use your short sword bonus.
Hey, group.
Hey, Reese.
Hey, Reese.
Reese, we're just introducing Jordan here to the game, and he's doing a quick scene. He's captured in the stables of Skyreach Castle right now.
Cool.
So an 11 is actually going to miss. So he brings up the scimitar and blocks that attack, and go ahead and roll the next one.
We're good. 17.
17 will hit, so roll damage, which for the short sword should be something else. Yeah.
Just a normal
traditional
dice.
die.
It's
That makes sense. So, 10.
10 damage?
Yeah.
Well, that's enough to kill him.
Nice.
So how would you like to kill this one?
Forcefully, but mercifully.
Okay.
Like a quick, clean kill. Just straight through his chest.
Straight through the chest, and he just kind of collapses to the ground. Okay.
No toying around.
Yep. And then you've got enough time to start putting on. You're starting to put on the rest of your gear. You know, any of that leather armor that they took off, you're starting to strap into it. Luckily, the commotion didn't rouse any of the wyverns, or else you would have had a bigger problem on your hand. And we'll leave you kind of putting your gear on as we get back to the party. So for those of you who were not here for my brief explanation, you guys are in Skyreach Castle. You defeated Rezmir, the half-dragon, finally. And you talked to a couple giants, and they kind of recommended how best to move forward, talking to Blakofkus and trying to convince him that you guys are the path that the giants want to be on rather than aligning with the cult. At which point you guys decided that it was time to go to the rest of the cult. Brahm went over to the cult barracks and demanded a few of them go.
We just don't want to leave any stone unturned.
Of course, yeah. That's kind of how the party operates. Got to explore the whole dungeon.
Exactly.
Before we move on to the next level.
Yep.
Didn't Preston wears purple robes?
Yes.
Yeah,
so Preston is sitting down. He's set.
Oh, they were
4
playing
yards.
cards.
A game
That's
of
right.
3 Dragon Ante.
There were. You sent like 3
You
of
sent
them?
everybody.
I said 4 of them. I said one guy, I said, you take 4 people, go check on Rezmir.
Take
And
3
I didn't give them an
people.
explanation, they just left.
And then I left you with
And
2
then I told
others?
them. you just wanted to
no, way
there's
more than that.
There's more.
Yeah.
And so I told them that I just wanted to leave so I could join the hand. Play. So.
And so we're going to begin tonight. Well, after the prologue. We're gonna go in and talk to 1, 2.
It's like the best jerky ever.
Snacks are communities.
Do you want jerky, DM?
Also, Preston, help yourself to a snack.
Yes. Let me look at it first. Because I started my diet again today, so I need to check it. I actually need to check it this time.
Yeah.
Serving,
You're probably okay.
serving size 1 ounce. It's got 6 grams of carb in it. I'll have a little bit.
You got it, man.
DM bribe.
+1.
Inspiration. You get your expired inspiration back.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and begin far away from the stables.
Guys, over here. Can't play with that lead.
Does somebody want to share this table so we're not three people on one table?
No.
2, 3, 4.
Well, I'll sit on the floor.
Alright.
Brom's not here.
We still need to cut Brom's arm off.
Yes, it's true. Brom does need his own cover. Alright, so these 4 guards are kind of marching through Skyreach Castle. They've bundled up their cloaks around them because it is cold up here in the sky and surrounded with ice. And they've just passed by the archway that is the room that you guys are in. So I'm actually going to draw.
Do you want a marker? I ask this every time.
No, I'm good.
Is there anyone else in the courtyard other than these 4 right now?
No, it doesn't appear to be anybody else in this courtyard.
Okay.
Okay, there's your archway. So that is all the room that you guys are in beyond, and they've just passed by. You guys have all kind of moved off to the sides and everything.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do?
I just turn to everyone quietly and say, it looks like Brom sent, well, he either intentionally sent them off or they got suspicious about where Rezmir was, but it looks like they're going to check on Rezmir. We better stop them before they get there.
He's taking another bath.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to wait until they go?
It's a washed
Let's
up
wait till they go
time
past
now.
us and I can just fireball in the back.
Well, I'm saying,
But what if
like,
we follow them to the
to the room,
Oh,
so
kill
that
them
it's
quietly
a
in
little
the room.
less conspicuous.
Okay. I like your idea. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we need to make stealth checks because, you know, we gotta tiptoe behind them?
Yeah.
I will need stealth checks from
Well,
everybody.
let me use pass without a trace.
Yeah.
Boom. That's plus 10, right?
Yes, it is plus 10 to your stealth checks. So you've got all your gear on now while they're rolling their stealth checks, and you look over and you see this black cat staring at you with its like wide yellow eyes, and it's got a little bit of like green tinge to its fur, which is not natural for cats as far as you're aware.
It's an unnatural cat.
Yep. And then it kind of cocks its head to one side and then cocks its head to the other as if examining you. And then it kind of jumps down and slowly starts making its way towards the door. And its tail kind of swishes in a way that almost seems like it's beckoning you.
Come on.
Not that kind of beckon.
So if you want, you can follow it, or you can... all your gear is equipped now.
Choose to follow it.
Okay.
You hear house EDM in the other room.
Yes. So what are the stealth checks? And I need one from Thornock too, in case he's...
Well, fortunately, I
Has it
was
yet?
21, so...
You can't fail.
Sorry, Reese, what was that?
What do I need to roll?
A stealth check.
I don't need to.
No, yeah, you're away from this right now. Preston's not rolling one either because he's away too. So Aki,
19.
19,
24.
24. You have disadvantage. I keep forgetting this, but because you have heavy armor, you have disadvantage on stealth checks.
This is the first I'm hearing
I
of
know.
this.
That's because I keep forgetting it.
Complete.
So roll again and use the lower result.
Oh, it's just one less.
Okay. So what's the total?
So 16 plus my 5, 21 plus 10.
Oh, you get to add your own bonus to it as well?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought it was instead of your bonus. So then that's actually 21.
Okay.
So then I'm 31.
31. Wow.
I know.
The one in armor is the stealthiest.
Well, I'm drunk. Probably tripped.
It's true.
It's a miracle.
All right, what'd you get?
24.
24. Thornock?
22.
22. All right. And then I just gotta roll. These are. No. These are.
I'm sorry, I have to fix this. The headspace is driving me nuts.
It's all good. I'm in this.
Especially because I'm on the floor. It makes me look really, really tiny.
I've let's save your fireball. We might need it.
Yeah, for the...
We can take this right
I'll just.
What's wrong with the guys?
Might even just use my quarterstaff one.
It looks so small.
First time, let's see what's up.
What's going on?
Just a firebolt on them.
Okay. So they continue moving their way through, and you guys follow along behind them. You know, going up against the ice walls, kind of weaving through, and so it kind of just looks like shadows. Like, you know, there's a lot of shadows kind of on the ice, and it's almost like a fun house, but less fun and more murdery. And you guys start following them along, and then I need Jordan. I need you to roll me another stealth check. Actually,
I have a question about my previous encounter. Did I recollect my 2 arrows, or were they lost?
you did recollect your 2 arrows. Yes.
Okay.
Because you only have 20.
I need a stealth check now?
Yes. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
So that would be 22.
Okay. Yes. So nobody else has a passive perception above 22. I'm assuming. What's your passive?
Above
17.
Mine's
You're a funny man.
So you guys are moving along, and Jordan, what is your character's name?
I'll go with Elias.
Elias. So Elias, as you're moving along, the cat kind of leads you to this group, and you can see there's 2 distinct group of people. There's one in the front that looks like more of the cultists that had kind of roughed you up and brought you to this castle. And then there's this ragtag band of adventurers.
It's ragtag.
Yeah.
Who you call ragtag?
Of all sorts, all varieties.
You're not here.
And the cat actually comes trotting up and just like starts following silently behind one of them. And then just kind of glances over its shoulder at you and then just keeps moving on.
Do I notice my cat back?
Yes, you do notice your cat back.
Cool.
Yep.
I dispel him.
Oh, you're going to dispel him? Okay.
Wait, if I dispel him, do I have to or can I can just summon him back?
Yeah, you basically
So I
Pokeball
just
him.
dispel him, yeah.
So one of the cloaked figures reaches a hand down, and the cat just kind of dissolves into the ether. Okay. And so you guys enter into that small kind of hallway, and the group, well, in front of you enters first, and one of them looks and kind of goes, the door looks like it's broken in. And one of them moves to the door and looks in and says,
We attack.
Yep.
Before he can speak. So we're going to go ahead and roll initiative now. So everybody's going to go ahead and roll. Yes, this will be a surprise round.
Which is advantage?
And then it went to 6.
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, we're going to get a surprise round because it sounds like we're all rolling crappy initiative.
Is Elias rolling?
Yes, you will be rolling as well. So you roll and then add your initiative bonus, which should be listed on the picture sheet.
So
It's not gonna matter.
it's the +4.
Welcome to the group.
You need new dice.
Nothing matters.
So we've got 1 here, 2, 3, and 4, and then we've got the group here. I'm assuming Ari and Thornock and Lunera are up front, and then Akio is just behind.
Staggering along.
Yep. And then Elias, you're going to be back here, basically standing sort of out in the courtyard in the shadows as this all unfolds. So I need to roll 4 initiatives here. Anybody 25 to 20? Okay. Anybody 19 to 15?
19.
19 for Thornock.
To be expected.
Yep. Red.
If there's anything else, I knew we were all going to die today.
And anybody 10 or higher?
11.
12.
12, okay.
10.
Perfect.
No. That's not right. And then we got 4. Luckily, I roll crappy tonight, too.
Ooh, that's good.
He's a luck.
And then what did you roll?
I got a 5.
5? Okay. Okay, so this is the surprise round. Everybody who did the successful check basically gets advantage and they get to take an action. So we'll start with Thornock. Thornock, what would you like to do? I know what your sword wants you to do.
What's around me?
There is you guys have snuck up basically behind these guards. So there's a small hallway with 4 bandits in it.
Oh, I want to rage and attack one of those guys.
Okay. All right. So you are close to. There's one right in front of you, basically.
That's my one.
Okay. Go ahead and attack.
Sick 'em.
Natural 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll me damage. So when you roll a critical hit, you get double damage on your attack. Basically, you roll the damage dice twice. The way we do it, the way that we're supposed to do it, is you roll the damage dice and then you double that.
So he's going to roll 46 times 2.
Yes.
And then his
Plus
modifiers.
his bonus.
Yep.
Or separate from the
He's just gonna take them all out for us.
Or just really murder one guy. Really hard.
He's gonna tear him apart.
He's gonna cut him in half.
Yeah.
He hit him so hard he atomized.
Dismember him.
He's not
Nothing left.
reincarnating or anything.
He doesn't get to come back. Right?
No.
It's permanent.
He killed him in all of his lives.
Permadeath.
That's
30.
So 30 total. So you bring the sword over your head and you let out a roar as in your mind Hazaran, the sword itself, screams in delight. And then you bring it down and you slice into this guy's back.
Oh.
He's still alive, actually. And he kind of stumbles forward as you basically cut into him and almost sever his spinal cord. And he's kind of stumbling around a little bit. But you have a second attack.
I'm going to attack again.
Okay.
oh, put him out of his
This is gonna be
misery.
He's like,
overkill.
at this point, I'm good.
Yeah. I'll just let him ride on the ground.
Let somebody else.
Yep.
Unnatural 20. So 13
An
plus 7.
unnatural. Unnatural 20. Don't worry me like that, buddy. Okay, go ahead and roll me damage. That will hit.
20s?
And that's 4d6, right?
Yeah, so it's 2d6 for your greatsword and then 2d6 for Hazaran's necrotic damage. It is a powerful weapon.
You need to get me one of those.
Oh,
It sounds better than short sword.
Yeah.
Pass around Ranger.
Smack.
20 damage.
20? Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah, he is dead.
yeah, you sever that spinal column and then rip it out.
I'm picturing
And then
the
feast on it.
No, most likely Thornock
Just
is
like
just going to
Mortal
use it as a belt.
Yeah.
Cut him the first time.
Finish him, please. And then it is actually Munira's turn.
Perfect. I will go ahead and attack the next closest one, which, of course, right behind him.
Yep.
And this is surprise attack, yeah?
Yes. So you have advantage on this.
Oh, well, that's a 19, which automatically
crits. Yep. So that's a crit. So she crits on a 19. That's because she's a fighter.
Just 19.
Yep.
Or 20.
19 or 20.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, she's got a bigger
Everybody
crit
else has
range.
to get a 20 to get a crit.
I just roll one.
Yeah. So you roll your d8 and then you double it.
So 8 times
2,
16.
and then add your
And then
bonus.
plus the 3, that's 19 damage.
19 damage. Okay. So you crack this guy in the knee.
Yeah.
And he drops down to one knee, and then you have 2 more attacks.
Other 2 attacks, yep. 9 plus 6, 15.
15 will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Cool. 4, 9 damage.
9 damage, okay. You crack him in the other knee and bring him down to both knees, but he's still up.
Son of a...
So go ahead and roll your...
Still alive! Okay. 17 plus 6, 23.
That'll hit.
Yay! I'm gonna roll, guys. For 6 damage.
Okay, well, that's enough. And then you kind of bring your warhammers together and just crack him in the head, and he just collapses.
So, like, together? Like, go and smash his
if you want to.
Sizzle spray.
Yep.
Yeah.
His eyes like pop out at you.
And then it is Ari.
Okay.
Too hard.
I guess
too
I'll
hard.
take the
Too hard.
guy in white.
The guy in white. It's not going to be white much longer.
It's gonna get red.
Brown.
Alright.
Brown? Maybe the
Let's see.
like, pants
16
area.
or 20.
That's what I'm
I'm assuming a 20 hits.
Yes, a 20 does hit.
For 12 damage.
Okay.
And then second attack is 19 or 22.
Yeah, that'll
Try
hit.
21 for 13 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm not going to spend a key point here. Just do a final attack. 19. 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. Ari slips in as between these other two cultists and just delivers a kidney shot that kind of collapses him, and then you just kind of take your arm around his neck and kind of just crack it, and he slumps to the ground.
Wow. Okay.
That kind of monk, huh?
Yeah. Not the peaceful kind.
He was, or she was once.
Yeah.
Namaste.
And then it is
Hold on.
Aki.
What is the opposite of namaste?
pull out my wand and cast Firebolt at
And
the
next
last guy.
Okay.
Are there two more or one? Just the last guy?
There's just one more, yes.
Okay.
And he's still going. I think somebody.
So 25.
25 will hit.
Pretty much. Oh man.
7 damage.
7. Okay.
So after that happens, the three of us collectively look at him and be like, "What's wrong with you?"
And he turns around and he's reaching for his short sword at this time, going, "What's going on?" And but it's actually Elias's turn.
Perfect.
Elias, you just watched 3 of these ragtag people like murder these cultists.
Where you killed like 5.
So what would you like to do?
I was so let down I rolled.
We're all like, "My guy's dead. My guy's dead. My
Is
guy's
there
dead."
anything in the environment that I can use to come crashing down on this guy or something?
So no, there's no chandeliers in this hallway. You basically have you're kind of in the open courtyard, and you just see like a weave of people that could be potential allies, and then the guy at the end. It'd be a pretty cool shot.
I know,
Do a
I
trick
don't want to
shot.
risk
Do a trick shot.
hitting
Do it.
one of the unknowns.
Just don't
okay,
roll.
it's okay.
Just don't roll a 1.
Just make sure it's the wizard. The wizard's okay to hit.
Alright,
Anybody else that's
confident
Yeah.
in my longbow.
Okay.
He's gonna roll a 1.
No, don't jinx.
I'm just.
Akio gets a arm to the neck. This is almost as good as the chicken archery in
6.
6. 6. So you add your bonus to that too.
Oh yeah, so 15.
Yeah, so 15. So a 15 will hit, actually.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll me damage for that.
That's an 8.
And you actually roll an extra d8 because he is below maximum health.
Oh,
that's
perfect.
part of
Yeah,
being.
Colossus Slayer.
Yep, a Colossus Slayer. Technically, he's not a Colossus, but still.
7.
7, and then.
Plus 4, 11.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll your second d8 as well.
Another 11.
Okay.
22.
Oh, so you don't add your plus to that second d8.
Oh, it's
So
just,
it's just
the plus 7.
2d8 plus your bonus.
So 18.
So 18 damage total.
Nice.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll your second attack. He's still awake or alive.
Do I have to see if it hits?
Yes, you do have to see if this one hits as well.
Yeah. 21
21. That will hit.
and 5.
5, and then make sure you roll both 2d8s.
Yeah.
Both of your
12.
12. So you guys watch as this guy turns around after Akio's performance, and all of a sudden this arrow streaks through the middle of you and smacks into the guy's shoulder, and then another one just smacks into his eye, and he collapses to the ground.
I go. I turn around
and then you guys see
like ready for a fight.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see this archer standing there. He's just unleashed his bow. Do you have any sort of description for your character to introduce him?
He has long brown hair and a beard.
Okay. That's how you know. Like, he's got those slightly pointed ears that show him off as an elf, but the beard is really what gives it away that he's a half elf because elves can't grow beards.
Right.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah.
I got that from my human side.
Yes. Wait, wasn't your mother human?
No,
Mother's elf. Okay.
Because female elves are hot.
I just look at him and say, nice shot, friend.
And I say, I say,
Oh, great, we put him on the spot.
I hope so. I say, I hope so.
I say, who are you?
I'm Elias, Ranger.
And what are you
Your
doing?
last name
What
is
are you
Ranger?
doing here? Are you
I'm Elias, Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Elias, the ranger.
Is that Texas Ranger?
were you following us?
I escaped the stables and was beckoned by the cat that this wizard just dispelled.
And I
I
just
decided-
respell it.
I decided to follow.
And the cat kind of sits there and looks between the two of you, and then it mentally projects to you and says, I watched him kill 2 cultists. I thought he might be of some help.
So then I say that you killed 2 cultists?
Did
3 now.
I didn't?
Oh, no, this guy?
I didn't want to, but I had to because they caught me trying to escape.
What were you doing here? Why were you imprisoned?
Prison because I was trying to get information as to the whereabouts of something.
Ooh. What were you looking for? Like, is it an item? Is it a person?
Information on a person
A person. Okay.
I would like to see removed from threat, whether by death or by imprisonment or banishment of some sort.
This person is a friend to the cult?
It's for the cult.
Is it this person? And I point at Rasmir.
Like the black and the half dragon body. No, it is not, actually. The man that you are looking for is he's a dwarf.
Oh! The guy who got away.
Ooh, I hate that guy.
Son of a dwarf!
He was OP.
His name is...
Yeah,
He's
we've
a
run into
berserker.
a dwarf. Maybe
Dude,
it's the
I
dwarf
put
that you're
so
looking
That was in character, by the way. That was in the game. Me going, oh, this guy.
That guy. Let me get his name for you.
Dwarvish a-hole.
Want a rematch with that guy?
Yeah, I'll stand back. I'll let you just fight him.
Alright.
I won't
I
even
think we'll all
interfere.
stand back and let Ari just
We'll just form a circle so he can't run away.
That's right.
And every time he tries, we'll
form
shove him back in.
a circle of spears that
Broken spears.
Broken spears, exactly.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Good to see scope figures. I
Hmm.
don't have them written down.
Where is that?
Where's that dwarf?
I think I got him in my notes.
It's not Burga, is it?
No, it's
I say Burga question mark. Mentioned by cultists from Caravan.
It is.
it's a
Wasn't that
his name is Varam.
Ram?
Yep.
Varum.
Varran.
Was that the same dwarf that I freed from the...
Don't know.
I didn't know his name. Didn't
Nope.
I ask him his name?
I think you may have, but I don't know if he didn't give it to you, he didn't give it to you. Like, if it's not written down. He
I don't
didn't
have it
give
written
to you.
down, so it must be.
I let you guys write things down. I'm sorry.
Got it.
This is why taking notes is important.
It's true. Oops.
Oh, I knocked off your thing, sorry.
It's cool.
Thornock, at this point, Hazaran kind of mentally projects into your mind and says, an archer, better get in close.
Who
is this sword on? Hello? No.
Can you guys hear me?
Mike, check.
Yes. Yep. We can hear you just fine. Actually, we're good.
Oh, I just laughed. That's all.
Okay. But like Thornock just laughed out loud.
That was a problem.
Okay.
This little mole.
He's getting crazier.
Okay. So you guys know a little bit more information about this.
Okay. I say, well, we're here to put a stop to the cult. You can join us, or if you oppose us,
We'll kill you.
we'll have to put a stop to you as well.
You know this is floating.
Yeah, your diplomatic person's gone right now.
I have no diplomacy.
We'll take you to the edge and drop you.
No, we're not mean. Well, the half orcs mean, but you know, I'm just very matter of fact. I'd say we're here to put a stop to the cult. We could always use more help. There's a dragon in the basement. We'll probably end up fighting, but we're also planning on talking, maybe trying to take out whatever cultists we can find here, and potentially talk to the cloud giant who rules this castle. See if we can persuade them to help us.
What do we do first? The dragon or the giant?
Well, first we better find out if Brahm is alive.
Speaking of which, the scene cuts at this point, and
Nice
there's
segue. You're welcome.
and the camera switches to a cultist going ah! and bringing his hand down, and then he slams the hand down on the table and reveals the cards, and he's like, "Read them and weep, boys!" And then he just takes that pile of gold and just like pushes it towards himself.
But Brom should be like,
So you've lost 20 gold at this point.
oh.
Very well played. Very well played.
Man, those guys have been gone for a little while, haven't they?
Indeed, they have. Indeed,
Yeah.
they have. Perhaps we should send another detail.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check at this point.
We're slowly whittling.
Because there are, man, how many are there
No,
in
I don't
this?
like that one. This is my lucky one. Now that I said that, it's gonna do me wrong. It did me wrong! That's a 3 plus a 10, 13.
That's not bad. 13. I mean, 13 is a respectable score.
It's not a 16.
You just want me to leave because I'm winning.
You got me.
Okay.
Just like I wanted the other guys. I heard that they were pretty good. I didn't want them to spoil the fun, so to speak.
All right.
You are far above my skill, far above my skill level.
All right. Well, we'll play one more hand and then we'll
One
send
more
some
hand.
people out. All right. And they kind of get started. They start shuffling the cards, which are normal playing cards, but used in a special way that I don't know.
The other guards are still sleeping, except for.
No, everybody's kind of awake at this point, mostly because that one guard was shouting in triumph.
Dang it.
It's gonna thunderstep him to death.
Yeah. And at that point, the doors kind of they rattle open, and a very ragged looking man steps in. He's got kind of this long staff capped with a red fiery gem, and he's got like cuts in his robe and everything. He looks like he's been recently healed. A robe that
Gandalf.
is red, by the way. And he steps in and he goes, I need some assistance. There's some miscreants in the castle. And he's going to like turn around towards the guards as they all kind of start standing up. What do you do at this point?
Okay,
Drop under the table.
Does it have a hood on these cloaks, or is it just robes? Because technically, if I would have
He's
been
gonna
wearing it, I
roll.
would have put it deep in the hood. But if it doesn't have a hood,
It does have a hood.
it does have a hood.
Yes, it does have
So
a
my
hood.
thing would be deep in the hood, and I'd just be like, "Oh, you heard the man. Let's go. Let's go."
Hey, roll me a deception check.
Oh man.
That's a 16 plus 10, 26.
26.
Very
Okay.
nice, very nice.
And then he rolls an apple.
No, he didn't. So he and the other, like, they all stand up and they strap their swords and everything. They're all getting ready.
How many of them were there?
There's 6 in this room, and now the Red Wizard and
So
Brom.
visibly, is he still very haggard?
His clothing is haggard, but he appears to be fully healed.
Is this the
Like he doesn't have, like you can see like the scar lines where people have attacked him.
So
before.
wouldn't it be like I could come up behind him and like shake him for those last hit points?
No. You could try if you'd like.
Don't do it, Brom.
No.
And then he turns around, and as everybody else is preparing, he tilts his staff up towards one of the towers, and this just like red streak of energy flies out towards it. And he goes, I think we'll need her help on this. And the other guards kind of look a little more nervous at the thought of that.
Okay.
And they're all going to start heading out into...
I'll start ushering out. Is everybody leaving the barracks?
Yes.
Okay, except for Red Guy?
No, all of them.
All of them?
Yep.
Okay.
You should be the last one.
I'm going to kind of make my way out and try and pace the Red Wizard.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
as we're all like moving and things, and I just want to act,
Okay. So you move out into the courtyard. You see the moon up in the air. It gets blotted out for a second by a kind of this floating shape with two humanoid shapes kind of floating down behind it. The rest of you, you're kind of standing there discussing this. Have you decided whether or not you're going to trust these people?
I'm here to see the fall of the cult, so take my allies where I can get them.
Perfect.
I trust this group of people that I've witnessed kill pretty hopeless.
And then at this point, you all see this flash of red, like you're all kind of lit up with this red glow as you see this streaking flare heading towards, and you kind of trace it back because it does leave like an arc through the sky. It's not just like a ball that flies up and then leaves nothing else. It's a streak of energy, and you do see a man in red robe standing at the barracks.
It's a one-colored rainbow.
It is a one-colored rainbow. and Hazaran cries out and says, I know that one, to Thornock. And it brings up the memories of the Red Wizard that you fought not too long ago.
Is that the one that has Tamanel?
It's the one that's the same height as the one that supposedly has Tamanel. You never confirmed his name or anything, but...
I'm going to...
I rage.
How far away am I from this guy?
You're probably about 10 feet from him.
I want to approach him, and I'm going to cast Suggestion on him.
Okay.
He's going to have to make a wisdom saving throw of 14. And my suggestion is going to be for him to realize that it is pointless and to order all his men to drop their arms. See if it works.
So you walk up to him and you put kind of like your hand on him comfortingly, and you're like, and you tell him, this is pointless. We should just surrender. Mm-hmm. And he turns down and looks at you, and then knocks your hand away with his staff and kind of jumps away and points it at you. And we're gonna get into initiative.
Didn't work.
I'm also assuming that Thornock is running towards this group.
I tried.
Yeah, and of course we have to chase
Yeah, and when we see it, we're like,
Yeah.
Now
here we go.
Yeah.
Hold on, this wizard, he was immune to magical stuff, wasn't he?
Okay.
Well, he did have
When he had
cast
Oh yeah.
Thing
So I'm not gonna attack him.
But I'll bet he hasn't had a long rest yet. Maybe he doesn't have enough spell slots.
If I've had a long rest, I'm assuming.
Did we
he's
have a
had
long rest?
Yeah.
No, we
Oh no, we didn't.
No,
we
you
did.
guys had a short rest.
No, I'm out of
Short
spell
rest.
slots.
You are?
I think so. No, wait, no, I used my arcane recovery. I'm only out of 2 spell slots, which is still bad because it's a second and a third level.
We got all of our inspiration, so
I can invisible you.
Invisible.
I think I'm going to.
Yes, please.
Invisible.
Because even if they've seen you, you can run somewhere else and then they don't
so
know
that's
where
what
you are.
we're
Invisimonk.
polymorph into a dinosaur and have him cast invisibility.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So now we're
For
gonna
those who can see invisible things.
Invisible. And you can
Then our
polymorph.
monk can go around and
Yeah, and you can start polymorph. And we're outside now in the court. Oh, because you have a long rest.
long rest. Yep.
That's a
I only have
4th level.
one 4th level slot. I already burned it.
We need to level up so you can have 2 4th levels.
Yeah.
You do take a long rest.
Yeah.
Next level, I gotta decide between putting more wisdom or just keep pumping it into charisma.
Just charisma. Why not?
Because we're already in the plus 10.
You're maxed.
Right? Right now we're only at 16.
Okay, so
See,
let's
plus
see
7.
here.
Holy cow.
I need to find a bunch of stuff, so give me a moment. Everybody's gonna roll me initiative.
Oh, right.
If you haven't already.
Damn.
This is going to be a 20. 18.
I'm going last.
I might be going first. Might. Depending on what Thordock rolls.
20.
Natural 20.
Okay. I need to roll for people and things.
Vibranium.
Wait. Did you say I get disadvantage on my
Stealth.
initiative?
Stealth.
Okay, just
Stealth
stealth.
checks.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
stealth checks.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, I get disadvantage on everything. That's gonna
No,
suck.
you're just a walking tank, so it's like ting, 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 ting.
You're like Bastion.
Yeah.
Or when the plates rub together, it makes that chalkboard sound.
Ugh.
I'll bet it's better made than that.
It is magical.
Yeah.
Did I have a surprise round where I wasn't waiting?
No, because you had so far to charge. Like technically, this courtyard is pretty far away. Like it's like 100 feet across. So you would have started charging, but they would have noticed you before. So you wouldn't be able to get a surprise round.
Okay.
I tried to make him immobile for you, but it didn't work. I should have been a cold person.
Still gonna tear his arms off.
Use those as the weapons.
They're only +1 to hit.
Stop it.
No, it should be +5
Right?
for the
He's
fingers.
proficient with beating people with their arms.
So it's +2.
I think it would be +7 to hit.
Right?
But the damage,
DM's decision.
damage wouldn't be all that.
It'd be a 1d4 +1.
Plus his,
Right.
well, he'd get his like
Rage.
+5 or whatever. The damage.
Again, up to DM's decision.
Need to find an arcanist that knows how to transplant those arms onto him and then he can
Make
be
him
like
Goro. Yeah. That'd be awesome. Reanimate somebody else's arms.
Okay. 20 to 25.
Initiative 20 to 25.
Yeah. 21.
Okay. 15 or higher.
18.
15. Uh, 10 or higher.
12.
12. Okay.
13.
This is a very fighty evening thus far.
It is.
I like it.
5 or higher.
5.
So proud.
Wait, what did Thornock get?
Thornock, what'd you get?
11, sorry.
Okay. Luckily, I wasn't too far into that.
Just getting my bad rolls out of the way.
If you have nothing but bad rolls, you can't get them out of the way. First up is actually going to be Lunira.
I told you. All right.
Lucky.
Let's see here. How far away am I from them?
5, 10,
You said like
20,
100 feet?
25, 30, 35, 40. At this point, you are 40 feet from the closest person.
Shoot, my speed is 30.
So you can use your
So
standard action as a
I could
dash.
do like the second, not second one.
Dash.
So yeah, so you can do your standard
The
action
action
as a
surge.
dash, and then to get up there, and then your action surge can be your attack.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so
And
so
let's-
despite Thornock running ahead of the group, Lunira actually books it or hoofs it, as it were, and gets up to the first cultist.
It's because he's busy yelling in rage and anger.
Yeah, he's like stomping his feet half the time and like slamming his chest. Yeah. Mhm. And then so you make it up to this guy, so you're
Yes,
gonna get your
perfect. That's
3
the one
attacks.
That's the one I wanted to attack. All right, here we go. 17 plus 6.
That'll hit.
23. Oh, wait, hit. Oh, that could have been bad. Okay, 2 plus 3, 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
We'll kill him.
No. I had to check though.
That would have been
Just
amazing.
kind of a long pause.
No.
5 damage. Okay, no, actually, it's still standing.
Crit.
Another crit?
So
Natural 20 or 19?
no, natural 20.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So, alright, here we go. 8 times 2, 16, so the 19.
19 damage.
That's
And then I still have my final attack.
Yeah.
Woo.
Lightning and the thunder.
Okay,
1 point
12
tonight.
plus 6, 18.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Yep, that's enough. So you come in and you kind of just like do the leg sweep, and as he's in the air, you just slam your other mace into him and bring him down to the ground.
That works for me.
Nice move.
Thank you.
Nice move!
Yeah.
And then it is Ara, actually.
I will.
Are you going to run past?
I got 45, so
We
5,
put on
10,
the
15, 20, 25. I should be fine.
She leapt over Thornock.
I did.
I just jumped
No.
right over him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
Actually, wait, where's Brom? Was Brom standing
Brom-
next to
Yeah,
Wizard?
he jerked away as the spell fell.
I want somebody that's within 5 feet of an ally. And I probably could have got to the... In fact, you know what?
Brandon,
I went 25, right?
Yeah.
30, 35, 40, 45. I'm going straight at him.
So you can you get there without provoking an attack of
Oh,
opportunity?
yeah, I guess that's a question. Probably
Yeah.
not, huh? I'd have to go
Let's
over
see.
this guy.
Yeah, so you were here, right?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Not quite.
Yeah, so you're gonna either have to provoke an attack of opportunity from these two and
Alright,
get to
I'll
get
just,
to the
I'll just go for this guy.
Okay.
Take it out.
So you run and you leap up Thornock's back and you come in with a flying kick.
That's right.
That will probably miss spectacularly now that we.
Johnny. 21.
21 will hit.
21.
For 7 damage.
Okay.
Make that 6, sorry. Next attack is a 25
That'll hit.
for 13 damage. That's better.
Beautiful.
I will spend a key point for 2 more attacks. 11.
11 will miss.
Okay. And stupid key point.
They'll let you down.
Okay. So you come in and you deal a couple blows as he's readying his sword, and then he's able to kind of deflect and dodge out of the way of the other 2 shots. Then it's actually the wizard's turn.
Oh, crap.
The red wizard.
The red wizard.
The withered.
Wizard.
And so he kind of knocked your hand out of the way, and then he hears this kind of roar, and he just sees this half-orc that rushed him last time starting to barrel down on him, and his friend's starting to... It's sort of like the scene where they're helping Gandalf get to the king, where you two are like deflecting and everything, but it's a lot more violent.
In that moment, can I just be feigning like, oh no?
Feign death.
Yeah, it's probably not gonna work though. I just need to look up something
Try
here.
sneaking away.
I use my rogue disengage and hide at the same time.
And so he's going to take his staff and he's going to rub the top of it until the gem is glowing hot, and then he'll slam it, and he is going to create a wall of fire.
Crap.
Oh, crap. I almost got that spell.
A wall of fire. Nice.
And he's going to
Oh,
do...
good thing I have a wand of winter.
Yeah. You could cool it. You could
Cool it off.
You could do like.
Do spells work that way? Can they like counter each other? Probably not.
They should be able to.
I think if you use magic.
If you use them creatively enough, maybe.
Yeah, Wand of Winter will definitely counteract.
I can't use Ice Storm on it though because I've already used 4 charges. But I could use a Ray of Frost.
So inspiration, you can use it to
It's
either
not.
negate
It's not a strong enough spell. I don't think.
Okay, so from between these two dice, this wall of fire just springs up.
No, you can,
So,
roll,
okay.
you can miss an attack. and you
Dude, so
can
with
use
my
it.
arcane knowledge, dude, I know if it would
It's basically
hurt me
just
if we jump through it,
Yes.
or can we jump through it?
So
You can jump through it. It will.
It will give us
Let me
fire
check.
damage.
did we get
You can use it on
hit?
saves too.
No, it's just like a barrier.
Okay, perfect. So I'm like, I'm fire resistant.
Yeah, so you could run through.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we jump through it,
You
what?
take half damage.
Yeah,
Dang it.
I'm just wondering what damage we're gonna
Shouldn't be-
take if we decide to jump through the flaming
I
wall.
shouldn't take any damage.
Okay, let me just check something here.
Oh, do you want me to roll an Arcana check for this? Or I just
Exactly.
know?
It's pretty
Yeah, you just kind of know a little bit about walls of fire.
Eighth hell no.
the 8th health.
Right?
It's like closest to
That's
the
deep
hottest.
stuff.
Which 9? I think the 9th hell is like the hottest.
It's just fire and
It's
lava.
like the-
There's no ground.
It's like the ghost pepper.
Actually, I think the 7th hell is super cold.
Ghost, yeah, exactly.
Ghost peppers burn in this place.
Yeah.
Ghost peppers
Even
cry
they-
in the
they
night.
sweat.
Ninth level of hell.
By the way,
Ghost peppers
I got
burn.
that Guatemalan ghost pepper.
Thank you. Simpsons?
Yep. That's the one that Homer has to drink the wax in order to eat him. Then he goes on the vision quest. Hi, Homer. Find your soulmate. Wait a minute. Dogs don't talk. That's better. Okay, yes. So he can cast that. Egging short. So when he casts a spell, he chooses one side of it basically to be the brunt of it. So these
Ouchie
waves
side.
of fire. Yeah, the ouchie side. And that's this side. He does not want that. So anybody within 10 squares that I believe it's either starts their turn.
10
When the wall appears, each creature within the area must make a dexterity saving throw on a fail save. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right, so it doesn't cross through anybody, so nobody gets the initial damage. But anybody.
Do we still need to make that dex?
Hmm?
Do we don't
No,
need
you don't need to make any
Oh, okay.
dex.
Okay, I gotcha.
He was doing it in a way that it wouldn't melt all his people.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Okay, and he just kind of brings this wall of fire up to try and keep that fiery orc away from him. And then I believe that's an action.
Use the ray of frost to bring down the wall.
An action. Yep.
Make a hole in it.
Yeah, if I can just
Or
make a
that.
hole in it, that'd be good.
I don't know if you could.
I might try. It's not gonna
Make
hurt
a
me.
half elf sized hole in it.
Actually, you just need an arrow-sized hole.
Yeah.
And it is opaque.
It is opaque, so we
It
can
is
still
opaque.
spell back.
Opaque means that you're gonna have disadvantage.
Okay, we'll have
Everything
disadvantage.
behind it has
Is it
cover.
no danger?
I don't know if
or
cover
spawn
means
at all?
disadvantage.
I think it does.
I'll check. While I'm checking that, it's more
Throw a
He's
fireball
turning
through
into the
there.
final scene in
That's true.
Last Jedi. Everything's burning. All tapestries.
Yeah.
Oh, except we're in an ice castle, so it's gonna melt and we're all gonna die.
Yeah, this is gonna cause structural damage. We better get out of here. Castle
It burns a hole. It just burns a line through the floor.
Like half the castle just like falls out of the sky. My castle.
On that farm.
On that farm,
Yeah, on
the
that
girl.
Young
She's
girl.
just like wyvern.
You'd think if they would have moved.
She
Half
finally,
the castle.
she finally gets, help from a psychiatrist, and he goes outside and be like, okay, we're gonna work through this. We're gonna build this treehouse. Never mind.
Okay, so it's a 3/4 cover. So everything on the other side of that wall has a +5 to their dex saving throws and AC. Full cover is you can't attack it at all.
This is hard.
Just fireball him, dude.
All right,
Step over.
Auto hit. Yeah.
then it is
Oh, they get a
group
+5
one, which
to-
is that guy's dead, so it's just this guy, and he's gonna run up here and he's going to scimitar slash.
I'm gonna try.
Which one in this group was the one that had the cash?
Whitey.
Whitey? Okay,
Mhm.
White. I'm keeping my eye on Whitey.
Oh, he beat you.
Oh.
I'm getting my money back.
I was confused.
So the first attack is an 18.
Miss.
And the second attack is far lower, so yes, he tried, and it just glances off of your armor.
Sparkle.
Rom.
What's your armor rate?
Alright. So as we were walking, when I saw him shoot that thing in the air, did I see this figure that was descending?
Yes, you do see the 3 humanoid figures descending. They're still descending.
They're still out of range.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're probably 80 feet up.
Thunder wave them or whatever.
Let's take
Blow
care of the
them
ones
away.
in front of us first.
I mean, having you shape change last match means you're pretty refreshed, right? You have a lot of spells. No?
No, shape. That was my 4th level. I used a 1st level, 2nd level, and 3rd level spell, and then I just used another 2nd level, so I've got 3 1st level, 1 2nd level, and 2 3rd level left.
Okay.
So,
at least you're on
am
that
I in the? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward a little bit, by like 5 feet, and so that way I'm kind of centered in the middle of all the dudes.
Right here?
Yep. And I'm going to look over to Whitey and be like, truly were a great, great at your craft, but I gotta go.
Okay.
I'm going to cast
Lightning bolts.
Thunder.
Oh,
Thunderwave.
Thunderwave.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait. No, I don't have Thunderwave. I'm going to
Shatter.
cast
Shatter?
Shatter, because I'm hit me. Yeah, I will be Shatter, so if I'm standing...
Did you get rid of Thunder Wave?
Yeah, I got rid of Thunderwave because I have Shatter. I have Thunder Step.
Turn him into a bunny. I can't.
Alright, so I'm going to, from here, cast the 10-foot range. Shatter at the wizard.
Okay.
And the guy next to him. I'm going to cast it right between the two of them.
Okay, so it's going to hit these two?
Yeah, I'm going to try and hit him there, and...
You probably, if you put it, it's 10 feet, right?
It's a 10-foot radius, yes, sir.
Right here, we'll hit 3.
Okay, I'll hit that one then. That's what I'm aiming for.
That guy's almost dead too.
So, and I'm going to cast this.
Well, I hope he's almost dead.
Let's see,
He's
this is
a lot
going
stronger
to be...
than the other guys.
I'm going to cast it at the 3rd level.
Okay.
It's going to be a con save of 14.
14, so red. And
Additional 1d8.
Wrath makes a save. And the other two. Let's see. Okay, so the other two don't.
17 damage, thunder damage
Okay, so
to anyone who misses.
that one just kind of collapses as his stuff is turned
He
into.
gets blown into the firewall.
Yeah, Wilhelm scream.
Ooh, I could gust people into the fire.
And then anyone who made their saves, it's half damage.
Half
Or
damage,
make it
so
bigger. I can push the fire to hurt them. Is there anybody 5 feet away from the wall of fire?
no.
Dang it.
Well, there's allies.
Just Thornock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to save that last 3rd level spell slot for a getaway.
Okay.
Step. Yeah.
I thought it was a level 2 spell, but no.
All right, and then we've got Elias. There's a wall of fire in front of you, and you think there's some people on the other side.
I can't see.
You can kind of see outlines at this point.
Don't want to risk. So how many baddies are there still
So
standing?
it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's, as far as you can tell, there are 6 bad guys here, because you don't know anything about this guy here. And then you do see
And streaking through
the
the sky.
shape of like the humanoid figures descending from the tower up here that are about 80 feet away.
What's your range on longbow? That he without disadvantage.
It should be,
Probably 60.
yeah, let
I
me.
think. It doesn't say on there. Let me grab it real quick.
It doesn't say on there. D&D Beyond, what are you doing?
What?
It says
You're not doing a good job.
says I'm carrying a water skin. So
Maybe there is fire.
Yeah, you can.
Longbow's 150 feet or 600.
Oh yeah. So up to 150 feet.
Yeah, you're like Bard of the Bowman.
Take out those three
That's
people
like you
descending,
Bard.
I would say.
You make
Hey!
Trying to convince Elena to let our first son's middle name be Bart.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Do
said
it.
she'd rather divorce me.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot through the fire.
Okay, who are you aiming for?
There's a bird.
This is me.
Yes, that is you.
A fireball.
Technically, probably in that square.
Down.
10,
Like
15, 20,
wildfire.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
No.
I have
Anything.
pyrotechnics.
Anything at all. Like, if you want the guys up in the sky here, if you want to go for any of these. You know, these three are allies. So this one's on this side of the firewall. These two, you can tell just from like the general shape. That's Tilnock the half orc. You see the tiefling and the elf. The elf chick. And then these six are twins.
I want to take someone out that's descending from the sky.
Okay. So you got these three coming from the sky, and you ready your bow, and you look through the wall of fire, and then all of a sudden you just angle upward. And at which point, Akio, you notice he's angling upward, and you look up and you see. So are you going for the middle figure or on the left or the right?
The one on the left.
The one on the left.
Coming down?
Splash it with holy
Yes.
He's attacking the people that are.
Also, if you would like,
angels.
as what's called a bonus action, you can cast a spell, like a Hunter's Mark, which will give
Can I
you
get 4 of those? 'Cause they're level 1.
Yeah, so you can only use one bonus action per turn, and it's concentration is what it's called, so you can only have one active at a time, but you can use one spell slot in order to cast Hunter's Mark on something, which...
Hail of Thorns.
Yeah, Hail of Thorns. What does Hunter's Mark do? Is it a D8? of extra damage?
Hunter's Mark does an extra, it's either D8 or D6. Okay. Hunter's Mark. Blood Hunter, Goblins, Firefighter, this is not what we...
Probably an apostrophe after Hunter. Or apostrophe S. Hunter. There you go.
There it is. Ching. Level 1, casting time, 1 bonus action.
Coming from the English major.
Go ahead and roll me your first attack. Unless you would like to use Hunter's Mark.
I would
1d6.
Okay. So you kind of sight your target up in the sky. You can feel the natural energies kind of mark it as your prey, and then you let loose with your first arrow.
Gotta let loose.
24.
24. That will hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
D6 plus.
So you'll roll a total of 2d8 and 1d6.
No, 'cause
oh, that's right.
it's
This
still
is still
full
full health. Yeah, so 6, and then roll your d6 as well.
Yeah. 5.
And then your bonus.
11.
And
You
then
already
your
got it.
He already
bonus.
has the bonus,
Okay.
yeah. So.
Weakness.
Okay, so your first arrow sinks in. You can't really tell from this far away like what kind of damage it did, but you do have another shot.
I think for the next hour.
Giant red 11 floats over its head.
25.
Sweet.
Okay, 25 will hit, and then now you roll 2d8 because of your Colossus Killer, and then your d6, and then add your bonus once.
4.
Lilith's gonna be dead before she gets down here.
Possibility.
8.
Or one of her courtesans, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you're shooting at.
Or your brother. Hopefully it's not your brother.
Okay, he's
And another arrow slams into it, and it kind of, you see like the thing pull out its arrows and drop them to the ground. They just go kind of spiraling down and everything. And they are still making their descent, but now they've kind of curved a little bit, and they're heading towards you.
I deterred them for a moment.
You're all
That's good.
welcome.
This is unnatural.
Okay, then this group is going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to make 2 attacks against Ari. One will hit for sure, unless you have a higher than 20 AC, and the other one is an 11. Okay, so the one that hits then is going to do 6 slashing damage. Oh, actually, sorry, more than that.
Oh no.
That's never.
Nope, never mind. Not yet.
May God's ever be ever in your favor.
And then this one is going to. Yeah, he's going to turn around and he's going to attack Brom.
And is it a single attack?
It is 2.
2 attacks.
Yes.
I am going to on the. Let's see, for a second. Let's go with the first one. I'm going to mocking.
Cutting words.
Cutting words. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying vicious mockery. I'm going to mocking word. Vicious mockery him. And be like, but we had so much fun playing. Don't.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the dice.
Okay, that's a 1d8. 2.
So -2 on this.
Yes.
So that means that is going to be a 13.
Gosh dang! That's my AC.
Okay.
One more.
And then the second attack is only going to be a 12 to hit.
Okay, did not hit.
Okay, so the first attack is going to be 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. And then it is Thornock. There is a wall of fire in front of you.
I ran through the fire.
Okay. So I need from you.
While raging. You were raging,
Take
right?
half damage.
Oh, yeah.
No, actually,
Okay.
there's no save if you're running through it.
I'm just saying he'll take half damage because he's.
That's true. He is raging.
His would be more like death metal.
I've never known
Yeah. It's orcish love song.
Yeah, good thing you're doing half damage on this. That's 32 fire damage
Damn.
as you go bursting
So
through.
16?
So 16
Or-
fire
okay,
damage.
I was
So
like,
anyone
it was
other than
64?
Yeah,
Thornock would have been incinerated.
Yeah.
Jeez.
16 damage.
So you break through the wall of fire. You're on fire at this point, and the wizard just kind of like his eyes go even wider as you come over. What's your speed?
40.
40.
We're both wrong.
We're off by 5.
30, 35. I'm assuming that you don't care about an opportunity attack.
Nope.
Okay. Going right through here. Here comes the opportunity attack against you. It misses. And you come barreling down on the wizard.
Oh, no,
You took a little bit of thunder damage, right? You made a save though.
Yeah, he just took half
He took
damage.
So you are able to make it up to him, so go ahead and roll me your first attack.
So the fire, he said that you can only be damaged coming this way, right?
Really? You're like the
So I could
only
push
one who
someone
doesn't have
back
that
through
prepared.
it.
Well, at least
But
they
that
You
was
could,
fire
but then they'd
shot
have to
on
come
the side.
back and get burned. So, or face us, so you could do either.
It's true.
What'd you roll, Thornock?
Yeah, I'm spitting. That way he goes in and out of fire.
23.
That'll hit.
I have stupid Johnny Cash. It's not stupid, but
There's a burn.
it's just, yeah.
To a burning ring of fire.
26.
Old style.
26 damage, okay. And your next attack.
Burn, burn.
But it's like a weird, like Celtic
The
version
wall
of it.
of fire.
And there's like a bagpipe, like.
That needs to
Colby, you have an excellent
And
voice.
flames are shooting out the
What, sorry, what was that, Thornock?
17.
17 will hit.
Do the
Okay.
That's not Johnny Cash,
Okay, yeah, you slice into him twice and you break through most of that magical barrier that he puts up to defend himself. And you dealt a lot of damage to him, and he's kind of trying to stumble back and get away from you. And he waves his staff, and he's just like back off, orc.
What was the second damage?
The second damage was 21.
So we had 26 and 21.
Yes. Yep.
Nice.
And then that's 4 knock. So no, it's this guy in white. He is going to come over to Brahm as well. And he's like, I can't wait to take the rest of your gold.
I'm gonna get my money
So
back. Just wait.
he gets
Yeah,
advantage.
Tell
Dead
him.
body. It's a promise.
You tell him, Brom.
He gets advantage with this.
Uh-oh.
So the highest is an 11 for the first attack. Okay. And then the other one will hit.
Okay.
And then because he has advantage on this, he does get to roll extra damage this time. Uh, 10 slashing damage total.
First one's just a Mr. Magoo. I trip over something.
Swings right as you trip.
My shoe's untied.
Shoes.
Who swings twice?
Oh, Magoo.
Is that a Cartman impression?
I think he was trying for Mr. Magoo.
man to attack.
So the figures in the sky go next, and they spend their turn floating down 60 feet.
Down,
So they're about 20 feet above you now. You can clearly see the pale skin, the fangs, the kind of the flowing robes that are that seem to almost be unnaturally like they're underwater, and they are barreling down on you and hissing.
Are they doing like the whole like?
Oh.
Do we see their hands?
The one in the middle she's kind of just like
Does she have the little bitey hands that we saw before?
No, she doesn't have bitey hands. She's just kind of got her hands out as she's just floating down, and then the two on the left, or the two on either side of her, one of which has some arrow wounds in it, are both doing like that.
From Van Helsing.
I'd like to get them.
You know, yeah.
I asked him nicely to stop that.
You
Please.
knock it off.
Cease and desist. Bro, put another arrow in you.
Hang on just a second. I wrote that damage on the wrong figure. So.
Come down. A snake. Make it a snake.
Snake.
At least now you have some enemies that are close by you that you can blast.
Well, I think I'm gonna do something that is better for the overall combat.
Right.
I cast invisibility on you. You have to touch. No. Oh yeah. It's my cat can touch.
Oh
you.
yeah.
We just fireball those 3.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah,
Hey, it is Akio's turn.
Okay, I turn around.
And we'll put
see
these
the
guys.
numbers.
Just remember, they're 20 feet in the air now.
And
Favorite picture.
I say, stop it, and I launch the fireball right in the middle, so it hits all of them.
Okay.
Why didn't you say something cool like flame on?
Something cool.
No,
Say something
because
cool like
stop
that.
it is cool.
Stop. No.
No.
It was like no. It was more like stop it.
Okay.
Akio, stop.
So they need to make dexes of 14.
14. Okay. So
14, 8.
the lead one does.
Still need one of your d6s.
The one on the left does not, and the one on the right does.
7, 14. 10's 24, so last one. 8, 32. 32 damage.
32.
The dude on the left has to be dead.
I know, right?
Vampires don't like fire.
It's your brother.
It looked like those wounds were healing up, by the way.
Oh,
I should point that out.
Now he tells us.
we need to drive a stake in their heart. Or an arrow, silver-tipped arrow.
We should do more research.
I got a book. I could sit in the corner and read while you guys fight and
I
figure it
wish
out.
I had a steak in my stomach.
Yeah.
I'll put a stake in your stomach.
I welcome that, actually.
The stakes are
Can
high.
I get a spell
hungry.
check on that steak?
Yeah. Alrighty.
Do they die?
No, they don't.
Oh.
They look hurt, but they don't die.
Did I hit cast? I don't think.
You start hearing Duel of Fates in the background.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, and then it's holy crap, that took forever. Back up to the top of the round. Lunera, it is your turn again.
Perfect. I will go ahead.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Mini balls.
Go on.
I would like.
Oh, it's a mini ball.
I'm gonna go ahead and still attack my opponent, who is, or actually no, the one who decided to strike an attack at me with this weak scimitar.
Yep.
You got it.
The one right in front of you?
That one.
Okay.
That's the one.
Give me your 3 attacks.
I'm so happy you knew which one I was talking about.
Yes.
Ooh, and that's a natural 20.
What?
That's a natural.
What are you, Thornhawk?
I learned from the best.
I don't think I have that number.
Alright. So
Sure, mine
it's
scratched
the
off.
One of
Just a
20
zero.
sides.
I have 2 2s on
Double that and add 3.
10. So 13.
13?
2 or an O2.
And I don't think you've hit this guy yet.
I don't think so either. He tried to hit me and
Okay.
failed miserably.
Yes, he did.
Second attack, here we go.
Oh, you're way.
19, another crit.
Change dice this instant. No.
Never! Or for 7 damage.
7, okay.
Really
I know,
earlier
not
today,
as good.
She went to
Alright.
Reese's house and had him blessed.
It did.
Yeah.
Dipped in holy water.
And 9 plus 6,
AKA
15.
Lisa's nightstand water.
That will hit.
That will
Under his
hit.
pillow.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead.
Like the
Go trick me.
7 damage.
7 damage, that's enough to kill him.
No dead.
Yes!
Okay.
I am on a roll. This is good.
You're on, you like 3 rolls.
This is great.
Plus 3 undead.
I
Ari,
never do this good.
Alright.
there is a guy right in front of you.
Yeah, he's
Luckily, you can feel the heat on your back, but it's not burning.
he's not wounded, is he?
Nice and
No.
warm.
Could I...
Actually, yes, he is. Yes,
oh,
he is. Mm-hmm.
Because he took thunder.
He got shattered. Yeah.
That's right. Alright, I will attack him.
Okay.
25
25. That will hit.
for 11
Okay.
and 20
That will hit.
for 11 again.
Dead.
Okay, I just wanna. Well, never mind. I'll just take him out quick. I'm gonna actually jump over him, like crack him in the skull, and then move on
To this
to
guy.
that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, you like do this jump and then kick off from his head.
Yes.
Yeah, and he just
Correct.
face plants it.
style.
And I will spend a key point. I'm getting low on those. I hate. Pass without a trace. It's so expensive.
You could always not cast
I
it.
know, but I can't not. No, that was only a 12.
Ah, that's going to miss.
Okay. And the second attack was a 15.
That'll hit.
Okay, good, because I need to get my bonus damage for my sneak attack since he's close enough to Braum. So that does 15 damage.
That's enough to kill him.
Yeah!
Yep.
2 for the price of 1.
Just come up right behind him and just give him a kick and break his spine.
So Braum, you're kind of being beaten in on 2 sides. You're trying to fend him off with your rapier, and then all of a sudden one of them just like you hear this crack, and then one falls over, and Ari is standing there right behind you. Or right behind you.
He must have stepped on a crack.
He broke his mother back.
Go deck. It is Wrath. His turn.
Ooh.
And he just cries out, "Who the hell are you people?" And he's just going to cast.
Cue the music.
We're the Order of the Broken Spear.
You got any spears?
And then, like, for some reason, some
spray.
John Hughes music starts playing. From, like, a John Hughes film. Sure, this works too.
Who are you guys? We're the Broken Spear.
I need to write an actual, like, ballad
Do it.
for the Heroes of Green Nest.
The big balla. And we can use it.
Actually, he's going to touch his chest, and then he's going to turn invisible.
Oh.
Bam!
Oh, what a loser.
So this was the last place that you saw
Have a
him.
flare.
No!
No, but I do have a
You can still try to attack. I think you just have to
Throw your bedroll out.
or do you not
Yeah, just
until you like know where he is?
Yeah, so it's just disadvantage basically, because you start hearing the footsteps as he's running away. So Thornock, you do get an opportunity attack against him.
It's just
With disadvantage.
Yeah, it's with disadvantage though.
Is he by me too?
No, he went.
I was too far away. Okay.
Yeah, he went away.
Way from here. I'll be. Yellow card. Sorry.
It's cool.
15.
We like music.
15 will hit.
Oh, nice.
Ejected. Ding.
It's that's the extent of my. Yellow cards. I know.
The soccer game I ever watched was
What's the damage, Thornock?
at the time.
23.
Kansas City.
So he goes invisible, and Thornock just goes no, and just pushes Hazaran forward, and you just see kind of this ripple as the sword passes right through the wizard's body, invisible body, and then he appears, and he's just got this surprised look on his face as he just slowly slides down the rest of the sword and like lays against Thornock. Closing. Yep.
Yeah. Bravo.
I'm so excited.
And the wall of fire dissipates.
Wait, why are you still up though?
Yes, why he's still up? The
Well, so
Veil
the
Fire is
undead
still up,
things.
yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're banshees. Are they women?
No, they're
The middle one
vampires.
was.
The middle one is a elven woman actually.
An elven
Yep.
woman?
Pale skin, sallow, and the other two are males.
Oh,
Yep.
I think I know who that one is. We'll just know see if Akio knows who it is.
Cool.
All of a sudden, this song starts playing.
As we're finding out everybody.
All right, and then it is
Start bobbing
that
heads.
is
We're all like, with broken
Wrath is dead. Group 1 is dead. Brom, it's your turn.
Go, bro.
Okay, so Brahm, seeing my buddy behind me, I want to do a flourish with my. Hold on, let me check if I used it already.
Akio, roll me a perception check.
really did good on something.
That's surprising.
Is a 0. 18.
It's her.
No! I'm so confused. I know.
So,
As are we.
is that out loud?
I mean,
Yeah.
Would I hear from here?
Yes. Mhm.
Would I understand the context? of
No.
it?
no.
He's just
He's just screaming no.
Okay,
I'm so confused.
I'm gonna look at my hands and be like, I know this didn't work before, but it's gotta work now. Okay, let's go. Just I'm gonna get that little
ground
flower cancel, and I'm gonna turn around and throw it in the guy's groin.
Okay.
So it's gonna be the first level. It's gotta hit something.
If it's an attack, you're rolling at disadvantage.
Okay, it is a
It's guaranteed to fail then.
warbling.
This thing will just continue failing.
Until the one time it kills
Here we go.
Come on, Ari.
Jordan, just so you know, advantage means you roll a d20 and use the higher result, and disadvantage means you roll a 2d20 and then use the lower result.
So the lower of the two is 17.
17 will hit.
Finally.
It turns him into
So this first
a
one is
bunny.
going to be the damage, or what type of damage.
Okay.
So that's an 8 plus a 2. That is thunder, I think. See, thunder. 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 thunder damage.
Okay.
Plus 1d6. And it does not arc to another one. 4.
14.
Okay, so 14 damage. That's going to be enough to take him out.
Yeah.
Right in the groin.
Yep.
But I want to be careful when, as I'm
groin
casting
explodes.
it, to not hit the gold bag.
Yeah, the
Just
coin
hit.
purse flies off and you catch it deftly in your hand. Actually, unless you want to catch it with the rapier.
I'll
Yes.
catch it with the rapier.
Yeah. So
And
you
I'll
get your
turn and
20.
take it back.
You get 29 gold.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a sleight of hand for that. Because just do it.
15 plus.
A lot.
Because I was thinking if you failed, you
Fumble
cut
it.
through it. No,
And just all the
and
coins.
the back.
Coins going
Yeah.
So 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is that. Elias, it is your turn.
Okay, I want to try to finish off the undead or creature that was descending on me from
Okay.
before.
Go ahead and roll your first attack.
Is Hunter's Mark still active?
Yes, Hunter's Mark is still active.
Okay. So.
Oh.
That's
A 10.
a 10. Yeah.
A 10. Okay. No, a 10 does not hit.
Give it a second.
Next
If
attack.
I really wanted.
There you go.
25.
That one will hit.
And then I roll.
Second one was with
2d8
2d8.
and a
Plus-
d6.
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot.
I bet.
Ooh.
Good.
11.
And your
Plus
bonus.
4.
21.
21.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice. That's
Still
a solid
alive.
attack.
Still alive.
Yes.
Oh man.
He's a toughie.
But it does slam into it, and it kind of like just breaks it like 3 times as it's still descending down.
I wanted that back.
We're down 1 arrow.
You should put strings on the tips of the back of your arrows so you can like yank them down. Kind of like.
And then it's Thornock's turn. Thornock, there's a dead wizard on your sword, and Hazaran is praising you for your fantastic work.
Where's the nearest dude?
Beside the wall of fire.
The wall of fire is gone.
Yeah.
About 40 feet away and 20 feet up. So
Use the sword to throw the wizard.
Throw him 20 feet.
Fling the corpse.
Flaming
I'm
bloody corpse.
going to bonus action and use a healing potion.
okay. Is it a healing potion? I thought a healing potion was an action.
It's
Yeah,
up to the
It's up to the DM.
Oh, yeah. I think we've been using it as an action, so that'll be your action for the turn.
But you can move afterwards, right?
Yes.
Let me do that, and then I'll walk towards the closest person.
Okay, so you're heading over to the vampires, and that's you can get up here, and basically you're waiting for them to come down.
Swing! Bada, 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 bada. Swing!
No, one's dead.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Do you still have your javelin?
I do.
You could throw a javelin.
Yeah, but he already drank a potion.
The
And it
javelin.
would be disadvantage on
Not
right?
distance.
Isn't that the magical javelin?
God dang it.
Oh,
I don't know,
It
that's-
had some writing on it.
I
Yeah.
have a magical javelin?
Yeah, you have that magical. It's a magical
got runes
spear,
on it.
actually.
Yeah.
It's got runes on it,
That's
and
right.
wasn't it like a spear of daylight or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
I think so.
How convenient! Yeah, because you tried to blind us all with it.
Interesting.
No, I read it and I was like, he's like, what does it say? And I read it out loud and it blinded all of us
it's
and
not.
used one of his charges.
Yep.
And I was like, oops, sorry.
So, do you still want to go with your current action, given this new knowledge?
I would. He needs to heal.
No, he doesn't. He's
He
raging.
took 30 damage.
Yeah, no, it's
16.
16.
No, I want to attack him.
Okay, so you're going to walk up. Are you just going to attack them with the spear, or are you going to trigger the spear?
I want to. Can I trigger it and throw it at them?
Trigger throw.
Let me. I think the trigger is an action, if I'm remembering correctly.
Is that Dragon Gleave 16
Yeah.
or 69.17?
It's 69.17.
That's what my note says.
Okay, let me see.
We gotta say, daylight is mine to
Yep,
command.
Dragon Glean.
Did you guys ever watch the
Oh, what does that
Troll
mean?
Hunters?
Did you see the...
By
I don't know what that weapon
Yeah, it was.
does.
So basically, it's a normal spear, but it has 10 charges of the daylight spell in it.
Does this
And you can cast it as an action. You can activate the spell by saying the command word.
I'm going to use it as an action and say the command word.
Okay, do you remember what the command word is?
I don't know, it's really
No.
Russian.
What was the command word?
Dracarys.
Wasn't it Grace Tiamat or something?
It did have something to do with Tiamat.
It was like
yes.
Tiamat's.
I told it to him. I read it and then I said, remember that for next time. So I didn't have to write it down.
I wrote down.
Yeah, I forgot that.
I thought I wrote it.
Can I read it again? Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if Thornock remembers it or not.
In his rage.
Yep. All right, you remember it. So Thornock comes running up, and for a moment there, you think he's just going to try and throw the spear, and he just lifts it into the air, and he roars out, "Tiamat's eyes shine!" and all of a sudden the spear just radiates light, and all 3 of the vampires shriek and back away. And as this light just spills over the entire courtyard, it actually, what does daylight do? It's 60-foot radius sphere of light. So, so this one is incinerated instantly from the spell, and the other 2 back away and fly back up towards their tower as Thornok basically uses it to ward them away.
I say, as they're flying away, what the hell happened to you?
And she doesn't respond.
You're the reason I drink, and I smash my bottle on the ground.
How far away are they at this point?
They spend their turn going back up to 80 feet in the air.
So I wouldn't have to melt them.
And back up towards the tower.
Did we dispatch everybody and we're out of turn order or what?
Yes.
So I will look at Accio and Accio, you wanna do something stupid with me?
Yeah.
Let's thunder step up there.
I grab his hand.
Say wait.
Do it.
Who was that?
Did I told you guys the story of Lilith, right? At a campfire?
I
think we did.
Really?
Maybe.
We talked about it, but
Oh, okay. So
I think you talked about getting kicked out of the academy. I
there
could
was
be
that.
thinking of
you talked to
somebody
the
else.
lady. Yeah, you did. You told us at that campfire.
So there's this lady.
Don't do a lot of
Okay,
detail.
there was an elf on a slaver boat, and
Which orcs were beating her up?
she was being a slave. She was captured. And these orcs were beating her up. I was just on a mission getting some scroll for the Arcane Brotherhood, so I was just like, didn't want to get involved. But then I realized it was a girl, so I was like, I can't let this happen. So I tried to fight the orcs. She ended up actually kicking their ass. I just kind of stood there.
Okay.
Then we ran off, and then she was like, we had like some weird arcane connection. And so she was like, she took off her ring, she gave it to me,
Oh.
and she's like, I'll find you, but I've got to go do something. I got to save my people. And she just took off, and I was like, okay, what the hell? And then a year later, randomly, the ring started drinking my blood.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's okay. Okay.
So Brahm comes running up and he goes, you want to do something stupid?
I
And
slap his hand.
Akio slaps his hand, and they both just disappear with a
Hand
crack.
slap. It's the
It's a wrist grab.
wrist grab clasp.
And you disappear, and everybody else just kind of like stands there in like this new light.
and it's loud AF because it's a
300.
thunderstep.
Okay. And as they disappear, and Thornok kind of puts the staff down like into a more secure position, all of a sudden, all of these there's all these rumbling footsteps around you, and 12 ogres come around the courtyard and just surround you all
We're not
with
the first
clubs
one.
raised. And that's where we're going to end the episode tonight.
Very nice.
Good job, everybody.
Did you
Let me
cast it or
get.
did I cast it?
I don't have thunderstep.
Okay, I cast it then. That was.
Now we're screwed because we don't have very many spells.
Maybe you can do a long rest while you guys are done.
No, I still got a 4th level.
Before I forget, the intent of that, because if they were 60 feet up plus 20, that means 80 feet. This is a 90-foot range where we would bamf into existence where they were at. My intent was to try and backpack them.
Okay. So we're gonna do something else, just because
Okay. No problem.
I have a really good story thing. I'm gonna hijack it.
Perfect.
Just because the tower that is about 90 feet up itself, the tower that they came from.
Okay.
So you guys can intercept them there.
Perfect.
So just a
That
moment
way
while
we
I
don't miss and fall.
Die.
Because that's, let's be honest, that'll probably happen. Experience. Good experience.
you can't forget experience. Just spawn. You take one of those.
Essentially, it's like you've seen the Misty Step spell. It's just Misty Step on steroids, and then wherever we left, there's a 10-foot radius explosion. It's a thunder step.
So it's good if he needs to make a quick getaway if someone's beating the crap
Okay,
out of him. He can step
so
out and
that's-
just blast them away.
That's going to be 1,900 experience apiece. So you just write your experience up at the top. It should have like an XP. Section.
1900.
And that's for the combats that you guys did, and that's 500 experience for beating a kind of this nemesis.
Yeah.
And Thornok is getting another 250 experience for beating a personal nemesis.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to give Jordan. I'm going to give you 250 experience as well for an excellent first time. And then you also get what's called inspiration that you can use later on if you choose to join us again to basically give yourself advantage on an attack roll or give somebody else advantage. Yeah.
Do you think they have a hyperbolic time chamber or something? Take a deep rest.
Okay. And then there's no other loot or anything right now because we just barely got out of that combat. Nobody had any chance to do anything.
I recovered my losses. That's all I care about. That's all Braum cares about, is keeping it even.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Good job tonight.
Good luck.
Jordan, what'd you think?
It was a little overwhelming, but fun.
It gets easier each game.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Plus, you started like towards the end of a campaign.
Yeah,
so.
and starting at a higher level than normal, you don't really get to like know the character and what their base abilities are.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have all of this jumble of information.
What other spells come with is it Bramble Shot? Or?
I have Hail of Thorns, Hunter's Mark, Long Strider, Cordon of Arrows, and Dark Vision.
So Cordon of Arrows, that's the one that does the volley.
No,
right?
Cordon of Arrows is the one where you stick the arrows in the ground, and if somebody goes into that area, one of the arrows flies up and smacks
And
into
hits
them.
them?
Yep.
That's right.
Sweet.
Okay.
So you're like that dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. How many poppins, y'all?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, Yondu.
But yeah, I mean, if you're, I think you're welcome again if you want to continue enjoying. I mean, it's up to you if you feel overwhelmed or if you. Yeah, we're right now the schedule is always on Thursday. Sometimes we do Monday, but we haven't been because of me. But people have been. I mean,
Yeah, new job.
Gosh.
having another ranged person in the team won't be too bad because we're kind of full up on melee.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
Thanks.
My dagger's right.
It does good work. All right, well, we'll see you guys all next week then.
Good work.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Thornock, thank you.
Thank you for my magic sword.
Yes, I'm sure I won't regret that decision.
Big fan.
Where did that?
I was thinking of like the Masked Man or whatever from. You guys ever watched the Naruto series? There's a sword that drinks chocolate. And he's just over there slurping up the juices from the wizard. Are these yours?
Nope, they're mine. Yep. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.